Good day everyone. So today I will discuss to you the lesson 11, which is ecological succession. Under this lesson is the growth form and succession. First, what is community? A community can be described by major categories of its growth form. For example, mosses, herbaceous plants, shrubs, and trees. Community may also be characterized by their successional stage. Next is, what is ecological succession? Ecological succession, it is the progressive and predictable replacement of one type of community by another over time. So there are two types of succession. First is the primary succession and the last is the secondary succession. Primary succession, it is the initial colonization of a bare landscape, significant ecological disturbance such as volcanic eruption. Secondary succession occurs where a community has existed previously but has been removed from a landscape. For example, an area of deforestation or an abandoned cropland. In this case, the nutrients within the soil are already present. The condition for growth favorable, and so secondary succession happens much more rapidly than primary succession. Next, what is pioneer species? Pioneer species are the first to make up the community within a bare landscape. Once their seeds or spores migrate from surrounding areas and successfully germinate. These pioneer communities consist of fast-growing hardy plants with a short lifespan and low biomass, requiring very little nutrients. The roots of pioneer species contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria, which are important for the formation of soil and other organic material. Next, what is cereal communities? So, cereal community developed in the area after the pioneer community. These transitional communities consist of intermediate-sized species such as shrubs and heaths, which have high biomass and high nutritional content. These species further build the soil and nutrients with biogeochemical cycling. Next, what is the climax community? So the climax community is the stable, self-regulating biotic community which establishes after many years. It contains longer-lived and larger species with high niche specialization, complex food webs, and mature independent relationships. Diversity is the highest within climax communities, and the community is at equilibrium with the habitat and climate. So natural climax communities usually exhibit some form of stratification by which the population that make up the community are distributed into defined vertical or horizontal strata. For example, the bottom-up stratification of a forest community could be divided into: the first is the subterranean layer, the second is the forest floor, the third is the herbaceous vegetation, the fourth is the shrub layer, and the last is the canopy layer. Organisms may not occupy only one stratum, moving between the layers often on a diurnal basis. For example, a bird that feeds on the forest floor during the day but rosts within the canopy. A community may occur along a horizontal stratification where there is transition between successional stages and ecotones. So what is ecoton? An ecoton is the transitional area between two biomes where community met and may integrate. So ecotons are generally very hard to define because within an ecosystem, there are usually organisms which can disperse between both open and closed communities.